All right, so we just made it to Bracken Elite Swim Training in St. Petersburg, Florida. We're gonna be getting a swim analysis and some coaching done, so hopefully fix my technique and whatnot. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, so hopefully we get some good techniques. Hopefully this analysis and coaching will help me a little bit, and then hopefully get me a little bit faster in the pool and out in the ocean and whatnot for my next triathlon. So that being said, we're gonna meet with Earl Watson, and yeah, so let's go.
Down here, the mirror underneath. There's two mirrors, so there's one on the bottom and one that's kind of angled. Alright, that just helps you see what you're doing, which is one of the things I love most about triathlon school.
But I just recorded like the other day swimming with the GoPro, and I realized how bad my swimming is. I was like, I thought it was getting better, but like my hips are so low, my feet are low, and I thought like it feels like I was like cruising better than I had been, but and I haven't been swimming that long, so I'm not like the best swimmer. I'm pretty comfortable. My stroke is a little bit weird. My other stroke will be like a 2 kick. Yeah. So it's just
there's different ways. Like it's almost everybody has like kind of a signature, like in their swimming. So we can strip down some of those habits, and just the goal is always for me with swimming. It's such a repetitive motion that we want to just give you things that you can focus on to literally build better habits. So that's the goal. You're in, man. Stop me now. So all I want to do is just for the first few minutes, just get comfortable. Take a few strokes, get used to it. Nice.
I feel like my kick isn't. It's not the same as what I usually do.
I know.
I'm still trying to get used to it.
So get used to it. Any injuries, like any like impingements, shoulder injuries, anything like that?
No. I have runner's knee, but it doesn't affect my knee.
Okay, good.
When I'm swimming, I can feel how my one stroke is way different than the other.
Yeah.
And I try to correct it, but you can really see it. Like,
you can really see what's happening. Yeah.
It's like sometimes I'll feel like that was really good, but then like you look and you're like, that was not.
That went right through. Yeah. Yeah. So you're right. You got like one side that's like a really good swimmer, and one side that's like just kind of hanging on for dear life a little bit.
Is the right side the good one?
Yeah. So let's start to. Okay, let me show you first, because I don't know. I mean, you've seen it probably, I'm sure, but like you can see, we go back. Like one of the things the most important thing we're working on, we want to do is get the body alignment, right? So with swimming, as soon as you push off or dive forward in the water, you're creating momentum. The challenge is not to have to constantly create new momentum every time you go. When you're swimming, so jiu-jitsu, see, I use these things, right? Where's your center of gravity when you're approaching something? Your core, right here. So when you swim, your center of gravity moves up, right? So your lungs fill with air, just like a balloon. So as soon as your lungs go down, right, they pop you up. So 75% of your body weight is below your lungs. What that means is you have to counterbalance all that weight to bring it up. So when you see that video, your right hand is really great, nice and long, but it's up a little bit like that towards the surface of the water. What that does, it brings your chest up. And as soon as that does, like your legs, instead of being here where we can push, we want to push you down here and have that leg go up, right? What's happening right now is you go up here and the leg stays low, right? So I want you to reach down a little bit, right? So kind of, all right? There they are. Amazing.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. Like it was like instant. Right?
I think I used to do that, but I thought you had to keep your body in line, so that's why I started putting it up more.
Yeah, and it's tricky. So technically, you'll hear like all about drag, right? So the frontal drag, right? So if my hands are out like this, right, it creates a lot of drag. Like it's like a snowplow coming forward. So people get concerned that if I go deep, I'm going to create that snowplow effect. But what we want to do is we're going to go deep, but you're basically kind of turning and you're twisting a little bit. So we're going to work on that too. Right, that rotation I still create a really narrow profile to the water. So it's fine. We can go deeper, right? If you were like Michael Phelps and you were like double jointed and you had like flexibility, I'd say, yeah, we want your hand all the way out here. And then what you do is you get a vertical forearm here, which is awesome if you're going to the Olympics. But for us regular humans, getting you a little bit deeper and to bring that weight of your legs up, that's a better bang for your buck, more return on your investment, right? That's what we want. So a little bit of that drive made a huge bit of difference there.
Kind of hard to focus on.
I know, it's a lot to think about. Hand out there. 1 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet. See what we get. Alright, see how it feels. There you go. Took a few to get into it. Yeah. I like that one. Instead of thinking what's happening out front on the left side, what I want you to think about is your hip. Okay? So what you're gonna do is that as you reach for that left hand, I want you to actually tuck that left hip, like turn your hip into the water a little bit. Alright? So you're gonna drive that hip into the front. Alright? So that's your feet. So instead of thinking like I'm out here and hanging, all you're gonna do is you're gonna, as you reach through, as you get to that full extension, just drive your hip down a little bit. Yep. Skating as far as you can, getting as much momentum out of this side of your body before you turn and drive momentum on the other side. So it's a very rhythmic 1, 2. So it becomes really important that it stay down the front. It sets the speed. Right now, the way you're swimming it, the right hand's doing a great job of that. But your left hand, because it's going to breathe, your left hand is pushing you along. So it doesn't accept the speed, it just kind of chugs along. That's what I get. That was a better example of that, right? It's really hard to have it break because it's your breathing side. So I want to work a little bit on that, alright? So, right hand, when it enters the water, it really enters loud and loose, right? So you're right, because you're breathing to your right side. So you're breathing to your right side, and the reason that happens is because your hand comes through, when you turn for your breath, you're getting a really great rotation of your whole body as you're coming over, which means this hand has like all this freedom to come over and go like that. Then what happens though is then when you switch, so this is you here, then when you switch to your left, you don't rotate as far. And so this hand actually has to swing out and over, right? And that's where you're losing a lot of momentum. And so this hand enters almost tentatively, right? So it's like, ooh, I'm gonna put it in, and then go, next one, boom. So what we want to get to is just really this boom, boom, side to side, right? So we can build that. Typically I would want you to wear a finish boots for sure, if you're not having a good kick. So what I want you to do is you're gonna jump in. First, we're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna go down, just kicking on the front, with your hands in that deep position, working on balance, right? So I want to see your feet come up, like you should feel your feet pop up out of the water, so your heels come through the water. So you're just gonna press those hands out in front, just like we were talking about that length there. Then we're gonna do 1, I'm gonna have you kick on your back. Then we're gonna work a little bit on the rotation. All right? Colder in there? Yeah. Sorry about that. give yourself enough time to do drills in the beginning, or just to kind of swim easy, like when you're doing a workout, it makes a huge impact. So snorkel is basically acts like the same way we do in the endless pool. If you put a snorkel on, you're not turning your head, you're not breathing. Right. It gives you a chance to kind of unhitch that left side. That's your really big opportunity. If your left side is just kind of locked up. Yeah. If your left side looked like your right side, like you can probably swim twice as fast. Like you've got a big opportunity there to unlock that left hip, bring that arm around, and really drop it in the water really nice and smooth. And that's going to help a big deal.
So it's been about a week now since my swim analysis, and I've just been working on, some of the exercises that Earl had me go over that day. He said that since my technique is off, it's best to get that technique worked on in 50-yard increments instead of just going, 500 yards at a time, because over time my technique gets worse and worse. So it's better to just keep it at the 50. So some of the exercises that we've gone over was keeping one fist closed, my good side, keeping that one closed to focus more on the pull from my other side. And then the other one is, using a snorkel and trying to focus on turning my one side of my body as opposed to keeping it more flat how I had been. And then also focusing on keeping my hands down instead of parallel to the surface of the water to help keep my legs and my butt up. So that's helped drastically. My times have improved by like 20 seconds almost for each 100 yards. And like I said, it's only been a week, so this isn't something that's going to correct, in the next week or so, or maybe even a month or so. It's going to take a little bit of practice to get used to. But I mean, we've already seen a large improvement from what we've done in a week, so I can only imagine, how great it's going to be, when race day comes. So super excited for that. It's probably like 7 weeks out, which is crazy. Yeah, so I'm going to finish this workout and I'll catch you in the next vid. Peace.